Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the September 18th, 2024 Umatilla County Board of Commissioners meeting. This meeting is a public forum, and there is also a call-in option provided. There is time on the agenda to provide input if you want to make a comment. The meeting is being video and audio recorded, and minutes will be taken. Our meetings are also live streamed. Comments will become part of the meeting record and ask that they are 3 minutes or under. If a person wishes to speak before the board, please identify yourself and state your name and your address in order that we can put it on the record. Also note if you are speaking on behalf of others. Any awards or recognition? Okay.
I congratulate Pendleton and the Pendleton Roundup Board Directors again for a successful roundup that was, from everything I've heard, was bigger and better than ever. And I really enjoyed it. Thank you to them.
I was surprised at the amount of dinners and get-togethers that people put together during Roundup. You know, I'm learning more and more about that all the time, and just things that I didn't know about. So I'm with you. I think Pendleton does a great job. No one else? Approval of minutes from the previous meetings, February 7th, February 21st, March 6th, March 20th, April 3rd, April 24th, May 1st, May 15th, June 5th, June 18th, and September 4th, 2024.
Move for approval.
Second.
Oh,
All right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Thank you. Are there any additions to the agenda? Public input and recognition of visitors. I don't think we have any today. Our business items. First one, election envelope scanner.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dan Lanai, Director of Administrative Services. And recently we received a grant just last month, actually, for helping us with technology and other items to help us with the coming up presidential general election. We received $50,000 and it has to be spent by December. And we actually really need the items coming up here in the next few weeks as we start receiving ballots and everything back. So it's kind of, we're in that process that we're trying to move forward very quickly here. And Steve's going to talk about another piece of equipment we're looking at purchasing, we're planning to purchase with the grant. So this here, right now, we scan all the return envelopes, signature envelopes in when they come back. So your ballot, when you sign it, that return envelope. This system scans in the signature for us to have multiple people verifying those. It also writes on so we can track and part of our chain of custody to follow where that ballot goes through. We have one large printer and scanner that does all that right now. And our concern is what happens if that breaks at 8 o'clock on election night. And we usually receive about 20% of our ballots on election day. That this is to buy a backup for that. So if that dies, we could actually move this in because it may take hours or the next day before we can get a support person in to work on the existing one. So this is to provide a backup unit. That is, and when we look at the quote includes maintenance and installation fees that they have, but just to have the backup, we don't need to pay that price. And then eventually, since we have it, we could run 2 machines at the same time. And that's just so we might provide some other, but right now it's just for backup purposes. The last thing we want to do is go down on election day.
So the new scanner we got, is there still one more that you're not using?
There's many things about scanners because there's different things. We basically have 4 different types of scanners in our system. So we have this device that actually scans in the envelopes that come in when they're returned. And we have one, this is a backup. Then there's also, if you didn't want to go this route, you can use these hand scanners, these wands, and individually scan them. This thing shoots them through and scan them, and then it doesn't record the signature, and it's not very beneficial, but it's kind of, it's what comes with the system, the basic system that we get from the state. And then our third type of scanner is where we scan in people's registration cards and everything, so they're at the desk, and every desk has one of those. Fourth scanner is our ballot tabulation system. So when it's scanning all the ballots themselves, and not the ballot envelopes, but the ballots, and does the tallying. There are tallying machines. And we have 2 of those, and we actually can run those in tandem if we're really busy, and we may. And it's basically as a backup, and we've had to switch between the 2 those devices during elections. So we do, one will just not work that well, like ballots start going through and they get jammed. And instead of waiting for the technician, we give them a call and we start counting on the other unit. And then the technician comes in. So yeah, we do use that quite a bit as a redundant, and we want to make sure we have this system redundant.
The scanner that this one supplements, is that a new scanner? Didn't we?
We bought it the last time the last presidential general. So we bought it November, basically this time, 4 years ago.
Okay.
We used the same grant money to pay for it. We received one back then. We'll say on the side real quick, commissioners, that year we received $30,000 of grant money. This time we're receiving $50,000.
I'd move for approval of the purchase of a scanner from Caldwell Sales for $8,700.
Second the motion.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, thank you, commissioners.
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Steve Cragen, Supervisor of Elections and Records for Umatilla County. Before you is a request for purchase of a new envelope printer for use in the elections office. The printer is being ordered from Kelly Crate for the price of $20,084.19. This printer is a laser printer. Includes a envelope feeder and a conveyor belt and an extra 2 years of extended warranty that covers parts and labor. The primary purchase for the reasoning is to do our supplemental envelope printing and to replace the current envelope printer that we have had for now 9 years that can only print on basically 1.5 inches of information on any piece of material that goes through it. We're currently using that to do our VNCs, VCCs, which are our notifications to the voters saying that they've been registered or there's a problem with their registration if they've been placed inactive, and also printing the supplementals, ballot exit or ballot outgoing mail for the voters for our supplementals after our main run. And those have been running about 300 pieces. Also during other supplementals, because we do multiple supplementals after the main run. This printer would basically supplement that and also give us an increased print size. So when we switch over to Orvis, which is the new voter registration system, hopefully next year, this will future-proof us if we need to put on more information on envelopes or if we have to go to a larger size envelope and print this information. This printer will do it, and it will print up to 13 inches wide and up to 49 inches long. So if we have to change our envelope style as far as sizes, thinking that this printer will do it for us.
How does it receive information to print?
It's a direct from the computer.
So, but, I mean, this is software, is the information software dependent on the printer? And I guess my question is, say planning has to send out notices to all voters and property owners within an area. They come down and use their program to print those envelopes.
There is the possibility, yes. This comes with a software that allows for a text import, and where we can draw or develop a template for envelopes going out, and we can place individual pieces of information on that template. And then when the,
Because I know the old one, that wasn't possible. It was correct, but this one sounds like it has a little bit of flexibility built into
it
it.
can do an import. So from any text file, if you were to do it in
Merge it
Excel, it can merge it in and do that, and we can design the template for the piece. So the envelope size, it's not dependent upon the envelope size, and we're not restricted. So this thing can almost do edge to edge printing on an envelope
Wow.
and in color. So if we needed to do spot color to highlight something or put a notice on there, this laser color printer will be able to do that.
It also has a Windows print driver, so you can
From any of
Windows
those
programs.
Wow. Okay. That changed a lot.
And we hope if other, like the planning department needs to use it, as long as it's not in the middle of the election.
No, I understand.
But we would like them to, so we get more
Yeah,
benefit.
I mean, it's 24 months in between.
And this is an industrial rated type printer. It's not a
Okay.
amendment. It's actually used in print shops for lower numbers of printing. We're not dealing with, thousands. It's a very good duty cycle.
Printer with a whole lot of additions.
I do have a question about that. Renting out a room down there?
We have identified a space in the office. It's the south part of our main office up against the window. We currently have a desk there, and we're just going to replace the desk with, basically keep the desk, but put this printer on top of it.
We used, the one that we currently have used to have the tray that went with it, but it broke, so we just took it off. So we were using close to the same amount of space in that area.
I move for approval to purchase the Kelly Creates printer for $20,084.19.
Second that motion.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Madam Chair, actually, I'm gonna have to step off. We're getting ready to board the plane, so I'm gonna have to excuse myself. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Lynn.
Okay, motion passed. Thank you. All right, AT&T or A&T flooring replacement.
AT&T.
AT&T. A&T flooring replacement.
Speak for that, I guess. So Dale and I, Director of Administrative Services, originally the Assessment Taxation Department worked with our previous facilities manager and got a quote for the product, but did not receive a quote for the installation. And when we went out to get the installation estimates and that, it put us well above $10,000 for both the product and the installation. So we're asking if we can go out for RFP so we can go ahead and get that done. I know they budgeted a certain amount in there, and this is just to go out for RFP and get that number, and then we'll move forward from there.
Move for approval?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you, Commissioners. Is Riley on?
We'll see 5A.
So I can handle the next one if Riley's not there. So the next item is cabling the new fair and OSU office, which Commissioner Timmons and I were talking about yesterday. We don't really have a good name for that building just yet. So for right now, we're considering it's the fair OSU. We're trying to find something a little shorter maybe, but we'll see what we can do there.
You did have some ideas on that, Dan.
So with that building, there's a few things that we need to get done. We're working, trying to get, so we can move in October. Date yet that we don't quite have specified, but I think we're shooting for the middle of October for the OSU side. We need to put in, before they move in, the fobbing the doors to control the access, and that runs with the rest of our entire system, so this integrates with it. So we can set and control that like we're doing all the other doors that we have throughout the county. That's the first part, which is the $10,275.70, and that will do the front, the side door, the south side door, the IT, the electrical room there, and then I think we have one extra. I'm not sure if we decided where to put that at yet, but it'll give us at least one extra door for the moment too we can have installed. Along with that, there's some cabling drops that need to be done and set up for Wi-Fi in the ceiling, some cabling drops, and that's $2,400. Well, basically almost $2,490 to do the cabling. It also allows to do the cabling, some cabling in the boardroom in the back. The third item on there, these are all through Unitech Communications. The third item is the security cameras on the building. They'll place security cameras all around the facility and watching the gates. And one of them is going to be on the light pole on the north side, the northwest side there, that light pole. So they'll run cable over to that. And that's for $10,310.68.
I do have a question. Is there going to be any type of security cameras?
If we did, it would be in the lobby area. I can't remember if we. I don't remember.
I thought we had one or two, one in the lobby area, one in the shop.
I think we might have. Let me look. Yeah, it's been a while ago and we talked about things, but we will make sure we get that taken care of. Yeah, I think there's 8 camera drops. So we were looking at 8 cameras. And I think we did talk about 2 in there. No, I will make sure we get that rectified.
There's 2 fixed dome cameras with built-in microphones.
Well, we do not record, even though they say microphones on, we disable those because we do not record audio, just so we know that was brought up. But I have to talk with them again on it. If there's a difference in price, I'll let you know.
I'd move for installation of new door controls for $10,275.70 for OSU building.
Second. All those, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
I move for the new Ethernet cabling installation for $2,490 at the new fair office.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I move for the 8 new security cameras to be installed at the new fair office for $10,310.68.
All those, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passed. Motion passes.
Thanks, Pam.
Great, thank you, commissioners.
Hallelujah. That's all I gotta say.
Well, thanks for the nice greeting. But the next item is the lifting of the temporary burn ban. As is a customary practice, the county has been lifting the ban as of October 1 of each year. Again, we're requesting that it be lifted as of October 1 due to the better conditions. not ideal, but better conditions.
Move for the approval of BCC order 2024-059.
Been moved and seconded to adopt order BCC 2024-059. All in favor, say aye. Thank you. Fair payable rentals.
The first, these are all fair payables that are before the board because of the dollar amount. The first one is for the rentals through United Rentals that the fair normally does for generators and fans that they need during the fair.
Move for approval payable to United Rentals in the amount of $16,503.20.
Okay, I have a question, so I'm not gonna second it quite yet here. On these fans, I was looking down through here. Fans. And my question is, so there's a day rental charge, a week rental charge, and then a 4-week charge. Why are some of these fans, why did we have to rent them for 2 weeks?
Probably was minimal. But the fans also were in the barns during cleanup.
Okay.
And also in EOTech when 4-H is setting up.
Okay, because, several of these, I mean, they're there longer than the week of the fair. Same thing with the
Yep.
evaporating cooling fan, the fan water cooled large. Instead of just doing 1 week. We're doing double. Just curious.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a minimal, you're saying?
Rentals, 4 days is the same as a week on a rental, 10 days is the same as on a rental.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the payable to United Rentals. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes.
The next payable is for the lodging that was included for some of the judges and entertainers. It's for $7,873.68.
Approval to Best Western Inn in the amount of $7,873.88 for lodging.
I have a couple questions. Courtney Latham, who is Courtney Latham? Why would she need 4 double rooms from 8/4 to 8/11? And she's not, doesn't under entertainment, either entertainment. I just wondered who this woman was.
I believe that's a judge.
Huh?
That's a judge, I believe.
The judge? Okay. All right. I'm just curious on that. What should be judging from 4th to 5th? Does Courtney and other non-judges go under, and it's a certain 57,000. And judges' rooms are 57,001. I just didn't know who, what does Courtney do?
That might be,
My
if
question.
it's not that, then they're for the secondary entertainers.
I mean, come in and when you hire them as bozo, but they're, I don't.
Okay, I know I'm nitpicking here,
Nope,
but
you're fine.
you know what? This is just costly. I realize it takes a lot of money to put on the fair, but I think we really need to kind of take a look at, anyway, second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the payable to Best Western Hermiston Inn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion passes.
And the next one is for the rental that is customarily done for bleachers through EOTech. It's for $6,553.20.
Move for approval of the bleacher rental for $6,553.20.
Second, but I just have a comment. How can we just don't buy some?
Store them to start with, but it changes every year, and bleachers are extremely expensive. Have a high liability.
We're better off just.
Yes. Not, I mean, I'm not saying that someday we could do that, have a place to store them and things, but especially the conditions some of these are. Just a little background, EOTech bought these bleachers from the fair and used them. Yeah. Well, we used to actually rent somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $15,000.
So they're slowly getting bleachers.
They're slowly changing the
There's-
layout.
Okay.
So, like, with the new layout of the sale yard, or the barns, each would have separated the arenas. We didn't have to have bleachers in one room, in one barn. Same thing. There's been a reduction in.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Board meeting schedule.
There are 4 upcoming board meetings that have some conflicts with dates, and so it's requested to move them. The first one is due to the AOC Fall Conference. The second board meeting in November, November 20th, is proposed to move to the following Thursday, or Tuesday, November 26th. The first board meeting in December is proposed to be moved back a week to December 11th. And then both meetings in January are supposed to be scheduled. The first one because January 1st is a holiday, and then the first Wednesday to be moved to the next day, Thursday, January 2nd. And then the second board meeting is proposed to move back to a week to January 22nd.
I move for, we do this all in one. Move for approval.
Second. Been moved and seconded to reschedule the November, December, and both January meetings. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
Okay,
That may
anything
be
for
a new
the
record.
good of the order? Anything to say, Dan?
No, I don't, but congratulations on your meeting today. That did well.
Thank you. With that, we're done.